My first time meeting Sophie was we were all in our camouflage uniform in our PCS. For a moment, locked eyes, and all I could see was these beautiful, gorgeous blue eyes. And within that weekend, I think we were going on our kind of first date, which was amazing.
Sophie and I joined the Royal Marines Band Service on the 13th of September 2020. We met here at CTC. So the band service's initial military training is here at CTC, and we essentially do the first 10 weeks of commando training, just to give us a taster of what the commandos do, what it is to be a soldier, and prepare us for our life in the military.
She absolutely loved everything about the Royal Marines Band Service. Just her aura about her smile, her laughter, her care and attention she would give.
Their wedding was just the most perfect day. Dream, big white wedding. I was lucky enough to be there on what was a really beautiful day, along with her friends, family, and the rest of the Royal Marines community.
In hindsight, she had been unwell, and you could see there was clearly something going on, but that was never going to get in her way of marching up and down with the band.
Little things were happening to indicate she wasn't well, slowly to start with, and I think she was noticing it more than anyone, these little things, and it all added up. Eventually had some tests done and got that really tragic news.
We never saw it coming and you kind of said to yourself, motor neuron what? Very early days, once we'd had the diagnosis and we moved home to Sophie's family, it was really overwhelming because every day there was a different doctor or a different nurse come in and ring to the door to say, hello, I do this or I do that. It became apparent that Sophie's illness was really rapid. So when mobility became an issue and we had to maybe think about Sophie living downstairs, I approached the charity to ask for some funding towards a through ceiling lift. And that was massive. So having the lift put into the house was absolutely amazing. Very early days, all of the band service was informed about Sophie's diagnosis. I got approached by the wonderful Catherine Eddington about a fundraiser that they were thinking about. 26 for Soph was all about Sophie's age, and then it turned into this massive, beautiful campaign that has spread quite literally across the globe. So heartwarming at home to be able to show Sophie day to day, this is the mental challenge that someone is up to today, and you could see in her eyes like, wow, they're doing this for me. And they varied from 10K for 26 days. There were some wonderful ones where my best man from my wedding, Chris Pelusis, and his partner Jared cycled from the CTC RM here to Dorothy House, which is a hospice with an inpatient unit on this beautiful ground. They looked after us for the last 2 years. We had a specialist nurse in palliative care who was there to just tell Sophie, it's okay, we've got you, don't worry, we're gonna help you through every stage of this.
In June 2024, I was part of Collingwood Band, and we visited Dorothy House, where Sophie was receiving respite care.
We'd arranged specially for there to be a beating retreat out on the grass.
So the ceremony of beating retreat is an ancient military tradition. When the soldiers were out fighting and it was getting close to sunset, the drummers would play a drum beat that would call them back to the base so they could close the gates and be safe for the night.
So they did a up-down display with the corps of drums doing a display, which was always Sophie's favourite part of the band, the corps of drums. She always had an affiliation for them.
Her and Rich chose the music that we performed. So it was two of her favourite marches. And we played Sailing in the middle, which is a really famous Royal Marines band piece of music. And then as a big finale, we played a piece called Flight of the Silver Bird, which starts with a piccolo solo. To be part of that band performing, I think it will forever be one of the most special performances I've ever given in this job. Knowing how much she cared about being a bandie, how proud she was to be a Royal Marine. It's the proudest I've ever felt, still on parade, performing for her.
There is always a piccolo solo in these marches, which is Sophie's instrument. And I always take a minute to think about that and to think, even though she's not here today, how wonderful that is. The charity's there for your best day and your worst day, and will always be there for you.